On October 17, 2024, rapper Lil Durk, real name Durk Devontae Banks, was detained in South Florida while trying to flee the nation. U.S. Marshals arrested Grammy Award-winning Chicago rapper, Lil Durk, in Florida on suspicion of allegedly involved in a murder-for-hire scheme. Lil Durk ordered the murder of fellow rapper Quando Rondo, also known as TB, according to the prosecution, in revenge for the shooting death of another Chicago rapper, King Von, also known as DB Devon Daquan Bennett, an OTF affiliate, in 2020 after a shootout outside an Atlanta nightclub. Someone known as Co-Conspirator 1 made it plain in coded language following DB's murder that they would pay a bounty or monetary reward, and make payment to anyone who took part in killing TB for his role in DB's murder. Allegedly, Banks ordered TB's murder and the hitmen used funds from Banks and OTF-related funds to carry out the hit. According to bank and flight records, on the day before the murder, 5 co-conspirators were organized and paid to travel from Chicago to California by an OTF member and close associate of Banks. A private jet carrying Banks and another conspirator, Kayvon London Grant, also known as Cuz and Vonnie, arrived in California on the same day the hitmen left Chicago. Grant is accused of paying for the other co-conspirators' hotel room later that day with a credit card in Banks' name and buying ski masks for the gunman to use in carrying out the murder. The arrest of Lil Durk occurs concurrently with the indictment of 5 members of his Chicago-based crew, Only the Family, OTF, who have been charged as co-conspirators in a Los Angeles murder-for-hire plot. Kayvon London Grant, also known as Cuz or Vonnie, Keith Jones, also known as Flacka, David Brian Lindsay, also known as Brownies, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, also known as Dee Asa Houston, also known as Boogie, and 5 other unidentified conspirators, who are characterized as members of other gangs in Chicago. 5 men were indicted by a grand jury that met in June 2024. Conspiracy in using interstate facilities were the charges, murder for hire that results in death, using, carrying, and firing a firearm or machine gun, and possessing a machine gun in connection with a violent crime that results in death. After learning which hotel Quando was staying at, this group allegedly planned the August 19, 2022, shooting in Los Angeles and shot on the black Escalade Quando was riding. They killed rapper Quando Rondo's cousin Xavier Robinson, also known as Lil Pab, while he and his group were riding into a gas station in Los Angeles. In 2021, Dante Banks, Banks' brother, was shot and killed outside a nightclub in the south suburban area of Harvey. The warrant appeal claims that the murder was committed by a different Gangster Disciples gang connected to Smashville. Lil Durk provided and continues to provide money for anyone who kills the persons who killed his brother, and more precisely, offering to pay money for the death of any gangster disciple, a federal agent wrote in April 2023. OTF member, Jam, is rumored to have assisted law enforcement in obtaining evidence related to the Rondo shooting. Having served a 12-year sentence for attempted murder, Jam was released from prison in 2022. Lil Durk has previously faced criminal charges. The charges against him in 2019 included participation in criminal street gang activities, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and an alleged criminal attempt to commit murder and aggravated assault. He was also accused of being involved in the shooting in Atlanta with rapper King Von, who has since been killed. 3 years later, in 2022, the allegations were dismissed, and he was never charged. Banks is accused in the recently released document of being responsible for the shooting death of Stefan Mack on January 27, 2022, just after he left the Youth Peace Center of Roseland on West 111th Street. He was believed to be the leader of a Gangster Disciples faction by the FBI. Following the revelation by prosecutors of his suspected involvement in another 2022 murder, Chicago rapper Lil Durk will remain behind bars after a judge denied his bail petition and $3 million bond proposal. The statutory maximum penalty for Banks and his 5 co-defendants would be life in federal prison if found guilty.